Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez with Trident Concepts, and today I want to talk to the new shooters who are not quite familiar with how to safely and properly load a firearm. So as a new shooter, that can be an intimidating task to try to load the firearm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to break it down and give you some guidance on how to do that. There are two conditions that you can load the firearm. The first condition would be with the action closed, meaning that the slide is forward and locked. The second condition is with the action open, meaning the slide is locked to the rear. Most people are going to load with the action open, so we're going to start there. The first thing I'll talk to you about is safety. I want you to make sure that you keep the muzzle point in a safe direction. That means don't let it cover your body, don't let it cover anything that you do not want a round to go towards. The next thing is that I want to make sure that I keep my trigger finger on home position. So abide by these two safety rules anytime you're handling the firearm, any type of gun operations or manipulations. The next thing we talk about is going to be the grip on the magazine. Here I'm using a 17-round PMag, and it's just long enough to where the tip of my finger won't actually reach the tip of the bullet. So however far your trigger finger or index finger goes is fine as long as you use that more as a kinesthetic, pointing your finger into the mag well. The other thing that we want to make sure of is that our hand just naturally wraps around the rest of the magazine. Avoid gripping the magazine like this. So once you have acquired your firearm, and you have acquired the magazine, keep the gun pointed at safe direction. You're going to insert about 2 or 3 rounds and then firmly seat it. What you don't want to do is you don't want to seat it gently here. You want to make sure that that first 2 or 3 rounds is inside the mag well and then slam it home. Once you've done that, use your left hand to come over the top and release the slide. Now, the reason why we do it that way as a new shooter is that the familiarity with the gun lurching forward is new to some. And so by maintaining a good grip with your right hand or your strong hand and using your left hand or your weak hand to release the slide, it ensures that you have control of the firearm. You don't lose it. Now, another way that you can load the firearm is to go ahead, insert the magazine, come over the top, grabbing the slide serrations, pulling back to charge the weapon. So this technique has got a lot of value because it's gross motor. It's gross motor in nature. So it's going to help you to kind of fight through any type of scenarios. The nice thing about it is that you're using a large chunk of your hand. So the slide is actually pinched in between the heel of my hand and my fingertips. So I've got a lot of surface area that I'm covering there. Another technique that you might see is going to be what we call a slingshot. You're going to rotate the gun over, grab the slide as if you're grabbing a slingshot, retract it until it releases, and then you charge the weapon. So that's got a lot of value in it as well. Some people will find that to be a little bit easier because their arm is fully extended and they're just retracting with their weak hand. The key thing about that is that you don't have as much surface area here. You're relying solely on just the index finger and the thumb to really work the action there. Now, the last one that we're going to do is going to be from the action in the closed position. Is that possible? Yes, it's always possible that you may have to do a reload or some type of administrative load with the action closed. Do you always have to lock the action open? No, you don't. Is it a good idea? Sometimes. So here, I'm going to go ahead and seat the magazine, then I'm going to come over the top, I'm going to grab the slide in the overhand grip, and now I have to be a lot more aggressive as I charge that weapon. With the action closed, there's a lot of tension supplied by the recoil spring. So that means that you've got to really pull back hard. So don't mistake the ease that you have with the action open being the same with the action closed. Now, another way that you can do that is with the slingshot technique. So once I seat the magazine, I rotate it over and I charge the weapon using a slingshot method. So either one of those techniques is fine. What I encourage you to do is practice in a safe manner. So again, maintain muzzle discipline with that muzzle point in a safe direction, and keep your trigger finger on the home position. Hey, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. Make sure you post any comments that you'd like down below. Thanks for tuning in.